When you first start a discovery call, you don't want to just dive into the business. You don't want to be like, hey, this is what I can do for you. You want that energy, but after you make an initial connection with them, it is always great to spend the first 2 to 5 minutes just chatting, because you want to know if you're a good fit. You want to know if your vibe works with each other. They want to know that they can talk to you and connect with you, and it will make them feel more at ease and more likely to say yes. Hey guys, I'm Felice. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Today we're going to talk about discovery calls. What are they? What you should do before, during, and after, and how to land your first, second, or fifth client. I started my business last year in 2023, and I have learned exactly what not to do and what to do. And I have a really great success rate with discovery calls. I have a 90% success rate so far. Very rarely it won't work out. Most times when I'm working with someone, I already know that they're going to choose to work with me. I send them my proposal, they sign the contract and invoice, and we start working with each other. So I want to help you in case you're struggling, or if you're new with discovery calls, or maybe you just want to get a little bit better with it. So these are some of my tips to help you nail your discovery call and help you become a better small business owner. And this is great for service-based business owners if you are a virtual assistant, if you're a social media manager, OBM, or even the Pinterest manager, which I am. Whatever service you're selling, it is so important that you nail your discovery call, because you don't want to have a bunch of discovery calls and say people are interested in working with you, but then you get on the discovery call, you're not prepared, you didn't do research, you don't ask the right questions, or maybe you're not qualifying your leads before. So if you're doing all these things, you have discovery calls, but you're not nailing that yes, this video is perfect for you. All right, so let's dive on in. So the first thing you have to do before you do a discovery call, or you have discovery call, which congrats, that's so amazing. Whether it's your first or even your 50th, I still get a little nervous sometimes, but like I go in prepared so that I know that I'm gonna get a yes from this client. So if you're nervous, the first thing you have to do is research. Be as prepared as possible. Look at the client's Instagram, their TikToks, their website, see what they're working on, see what you can help them with, because the discovery call is not just talking about what the client needs, but also share your experience, show what you think they need. Show them you know it's going to help them to get the results that they want. Having that confidence is so important, and having a discovery call where the client feels at ease is so important. Of course, they already like and trust you because they want to potentially work with you, but having that face-to-face interaction is so crucial. Do your research on the client. I'd also say, like, see what they're doing in their day-to-day in their Instagram stories. Like, you can talk about, hey, I saw you just got a new dog, or oh, I love your coffee order, or oh my God, did you just go on this trip? Like, let's talk about that. When you first start a discovery call, you don't want to just dive into the business. You don't want to be like, hey, this is what I can do for you. You want that energy, but after you make an initial connection with them, it is always great to spend the first 2 to 5 minutes just chatting, because you want to know if you're a good fit. You want to know if your vibe works with each other. They want to know that they can talk to you and connect with you, and it will make them feel more at ease and more likely to say yes once you start talking to them, asking them questions, and giving them your prices if they don't know it already. So do your research and make sure you have like 1 to 2 things you can talk to them about. Ask them how their day was, ask them how their week is. If it's holiday time, ask them what they're doing for the holidays. Just try to make that initial connection with them so it's not just like business-like. This is not an interview. This is not, and I want to say this again, this is not an interview. It's not the same interview style as it would be for like a 9 to 5. You are both business owners, and you both want to make sure that you're a good fit for each other. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on that, and I can further explain. So next, after you do the research, you want to ask all the right questions. So what questions do you want to ask? I'm going to have a list in my description, but I'll say some now. And I also have a blog post about it if you want to read more. So some questions you want to ask them is, tell me more about your business. You want to ask them, what are they looking for? Ask them, have they outsourced before? Because if they have outsourced before, was it a good experience or was it a bad experience? Know what they don't like, know what they do like. Ask them what is their communication style, and ask them what their goals are for the next 30, 60, or 90 days. Especially if this is a retainer client, you want to know what they want to achieve within that time and see if it's realistic. Sometimes people maybe don't have a realistic goal, and maybe that's their issues when they have an outsourcing problem. You want to be that person that is listening, asking the right questions, but also putting your expertise in it as well. You want to know more about them, but you also want to show them how you can help them. Ask them what their top priorities are, ask them what their struggles are, and also ask them how many hours they're looking for. Maybe you have a right package for them, or maybe you want to customize a package for them. You both want to be on the same page. Also, if they ask you a question, which they should, make sure it's more of conversation based and not just you asking all the questions. Feel free to be like, do you have any questions for me? And if they ask you questions and it's something you're not sure of, do not lie. One more time. Do not lie. It is better, and they will appreciate this more if you say, actually, I'm not sure, or I don't know that specific thing, but I'm willing to learn. That is better than lying, saying you know something, they hire you, and then they don't like what you're doing because you clearly don't know the service or the experience that you said they have, and they can give you a bad review and cut your time together. So do not lie. Always say, oh, I'm not sure, but I've done this, or I'm not sure, but I'm willing to learn. They will always appreciate that more than you lying to them. I've done that too in discovery calls. I've talked about stuff that maybe I don't know, but I'm willing to learn, and they've always appreciate that. So make sure you have questions before. Make sure that you're open to learning something if you are open to it. And if you're not open to learning something, let them know, because also you don't want to work with someone just to work with someone. I've had clients before, especially in the beginning, that weren't a great fit with me because I was just so eager to have a client. And that's not worth it, because then you're not loving your business, you're not loving the client you're working with, and it's just not a good fit. So I know it's so important to get that first client or even that second client, but you want to work with these people long term. You want them to write good testimonials for you, and you want to have experience that actually makes you want to stay in your business. And if you need to pivot, that's fine, but make sure that these are the right people for you. Also, it's really good to have a client experience. So I do build outs with Honeybook or Dubsado. I would say if you are a service-based business, have one of these two CRMs, a client relationship management tool, and this will help you with your discovery calls. When someone wants to do a discovery call with you, they need to either book a call with you or fill out your lead magnet. Your lead magnet can ask questions that are qualifying questions to make sure that this person is the right fit for you. And also so you can get to know them a little bit more before the discovery call. So you should ask questions like, do you have a team? What is your business? What's your website, your socials? What are your pain points? If you want to ask them, these are my price ranges, can you afford that? This is a 3-month retainer, are you aware of that? And just make sure that you ask these questions so then when you go into the discovery call, they're not surprised. And then you can also add your scheduler so they can set up that time for you. And a client experience tool is so important because say you have this discovery call, you're ready to do the research, you're asking these questions, you think they're a really great fit, and they want to work with you, and that's so exciting. But you also need to have the next step after the discovery call, which is the proposal, your contract, your invoice, and you want to have that ready to go. Maybe you have to fix a few things in there, but you want to have that ready to go because once they say yes, which they will, you need to be able to send that within the 24 hours. And realistically, within a few hours of after that meeting, do not send a proposal more than 24 hours because they could be shopping around. Maybe they found someone else, or maybe they lost interest. You want to make sure that you have, after they say yes, that they sign the contract, pay the invoice within that time frame so they don't forget about you. And also with the client experience, you can send them reminders. Business owners are busy. That's why they're looking for you to help them. Sometimes even if they want to work with you, they can forget or get lost in their email. So send them reminders either 2 days after and another one 5 days after. Be like, hey, I still want to work with you. I loved our conversation. I loved when we talked about this. Here's my proposal, here's my contract and invoice. And also for the second reminder, hey, I haven't heard from you for a bit. This was a testimonial from my last client. They really loved working with me because of this. I can help you with this. I would really love to start working with each other. And just send those reminders and have them automated. It'll make your life so much easier. When I first started, I had no client experience. I was just winging everything. It took me hours to write an email, write my contract or my invoice, my proposal, everything, and it just wasted time of my day that I could have just already sent to the client. So make sure you have the stuff prepared before the discovery call so when they say yes, you can just click a button, send them your proposal with all the information they need, and they can sign the contract and pay your invoice and make your life so much easier. And just remember that when you do a discovery call, be friendly, be open and inviting, and make sure they're the right fit for you. Like I said earlier, if they're not, don't work with them because you don't want to work with people that you don't like. It's not 9 to 5. You get to choose people who get to be in your business. So these are the things I would do before, during, and after discovery call. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you have questions prepared. Take notes during the call. Make sure you get to know them a little bit before so you can ease some tension. Make I always try to make my clients laugh in the beginning because I think that makes things a lot easier. If you can't, it's not the end of the world, but just try to like ease the tension, because sometimes it can be a little awkward at first, but it's totally fine. They want the right fit, you want the right fit, and make sure you have a client experience already ready so that when you're done with the discovery call, when they say that yes, you can send them all the information they need for you to start working together. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Like I said, I help other business owners with their client experience. If you need that built out, that information will be in the link below. If you have any questions about what I've said today, write them in the comments. I'm happy to answer or make another video about this. And I want you to succeed. Once you start getting those yeses and you feel confident, discovery calls will be like a breeze that soon, when I first started, they were like 30 minutes. And then once I got really used to them, they were like 20 to 15 minutes because I knew these people were the right fit with qualifying questions. I knew that I was the right fit for them. And we just had to make sure that we would get along. We would be a good fit for each other, just meeting them over the phone or meeting them in a video chat. I really hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment, like, subscribe, all that shit. And I'll see you next time. Good luck. You got this. And I hope these tips help. Let me know the next time you get a yes for your discovery call. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.